James and Sons theme song. 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 The James and Sons theme song. 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 James and Sons theme song.
Hello and welcome back to Season 6 of your new favourite FPL show,
The James and Sons
FPL Cup.
We've gathered 30 of the finest FPL managers from around the world
Split them up into 3 leagues
and entered them into the greatest championship of all time,
The James and Sons
FPL Cup. Each round we'll ask every manager to partake in a challenge.
with the outcome helping to determine which team they will play against.
And the challenge for this year is obviously,
Necking pints.
if you've ever wondered what it looked like, 30 people necking a pint at the same time, you're in the right place, because right now it's time for the round 1 draw.
James and Sons.
1, go.
And we're off. 30 managers drinking pints. Let's see who can be the fastest this year.
Wait, there's 3 of them all at the same time, milliseconds between them.
Oh my god, Jack, almost already. 10 to
Fuck, you guys
Luke,
are
you were
fast.
number 10. That was
I
fast.
love that, I love that.
That must be
We've
quick.
got Payne bottom left, Smacky bottom right. He's
I'll
just taking his
take
time.
Top 20,
80.
I'll take that. I'll
Arthur's
do
at
that.
the top, Arthur's.
Arthur
I don't know what he's doing.
Chris Harris.
Just his belly, that's all he
Chris
filmed.
Harris is coming up to
I
the
can't
end.
believe
Chris
Jeff
Harris is
finished 20. Jeff's
Jack-
Arthur's done. Okay, we got Vlad top right. He's still going.
Bridget is
Bridget's
still going.
Bridget's done.
finished.
Okay,
It's
wicked.
between Vlad.
Vlad top right. We're
Stuart
down to the
obviously
last
didn't take
few.
part.
We got Vlad.
Ross Norman, who's got a GoPro strapped to his head.
We'll show you that later. George, I don't know what's going on with George. He just he puts his face in the cup and then just breathes under there. I don't think
but Vlad
there's
is
no drinking
finished.
going on.
Vlad
Vlad's
is
done.
finished. And Ross is finished.
And
And that
last
leaves
place
George
is
as
George.
last.
George is last. Well done, everyone.
Well done.
Thanks again to all of the managers for necking yet another pint.
Now, let's sort you into your pots.
And so, in first place, going into pot A, it's Jack
The greatest fucking tune.
and Jack the Rippers. There was only a few milliseconds in it, but for the 2nd year running, Jack has won the pint necking challenge. This year, with a new record time of 4.44 seconds.
Finishing second and going into pot B, it's Callum and the Calianto Royales, milliseconds behind first place at 4.48 seconds. This newly promoted side is looking to impress this year.
Going into pot C,
Senor!
the 3rd and final manager to neck their pint in under 5 seconds, clocking it in at 4.53 seconds. It's Rick.
Going up into pot D. And yes, that is a pint glass. With a pint time of 5.42 seconds, it's Big Fudge.
Going into pot E,
Mouth!
it's Billy and the Billionaires, one of our new faces from the Conference League this season, and apparently he doesn't even own a pint glass, 7.42 seconds.
And then into F.
Hot Fitzgerald!
It's Simon and the Mighty Psyducks with a pint time of 7.46 seconds. This former league winner is long overdue a good cup run, and you can hear the support from his missus.
You fucking better have recorded that.
And next into pot A,
So,
it's another new face from the Conference League, necking their pint in an impressive 8.1 seconds. It's Dan and Rodri Uplonka.
Going into pot B, it's our reigning and defending cup champion, Jordan and his golden balls, necking his pint in 9 seconds flat.
And heading into pot C,
Senor,
it's another new face. His name is Kish. He is the Fart Factory, and his pint time is 9.06 seconds.
making it into pot D, a former cup champion with a pint time of 9.14 seconds, it's Luke and Chew United.
Going into pot E,
Wow.
another former cup champion, but this guy's won a league too. It's Ollie and Ollie 3V.
Next, into F,
Pot Fitzgerald.
it's Andre, yet another former cup champion. His pint time comes in at 9.52 seconds.
A millisecond behind him, going into pot A.
Go.
It's Lewis and Chicken Tikka Masala, yet another new face from the Conference League with a decent time. We clocked his at 9.53 seconds.
The next manager going into pot B is Paman and the Noodlers. He drank his pint in just over 10 seconds, coming in at 10.3 seconds.
And next, going into pot C,
Senor,
Aren't you fucking with it?
and McSauce, drinking his pint at 13.2 seconds.
the third manager to jump into pot D is Bartler and the Barty Pie, two-time league winner looking for his first slice of cup glory.
Going into pot E
Wow.
is our first ever cup champion from back in 2019. It's Caswell and the Caswell Men. He drank his pint in 17.08 seconds. Next, into F,
Pot Fitzgerald
with a new and tactical approach to necking a pint after last season is Payne and the Payne Trains, 17.3 seconds.
joining the boys in pot A.
Toes!
It's Jared in the High Ground Madrid, necking his pint in 17.33 seconds, just missing out on the place above him.
Into pot
Boo!
B, it's Harps and the Dunkin' Donuts, the current Conference League leader. Don't let that happy face fool you, because this guy's got a mean team. He necked his pint in 20.42 seconds.
On to the next, it's pot C.
Senor!
Here we find a more familiar yet still new face. It's Jet and Jet's champs. He drank his pint in 22.16 seconds, but he definitely wasn't the champ of it.
Please.
Taking their place in pot D, it's Chris and his newly formed I've Jota Semi, necking his pint in 26.4 seconds, and I'm pretty sure he's allergic to alcohol.
Heading into pot E,
Mouth!
It's your boy.
it's Arthur and gave myself heartburn. He necked his pint in 26.44 seconds.
Coming all the way from New Zealand and straight into F,
Pot Fitzgerald,
it's Ben and his All Bens. He drank 2 cans in 31.31 seconds.
now taking the final place in pot A.
Toes!
Last season's Ross Barkley's Premier League champion and cup runner-up, it's Bridget and her Bart ladies. She two-handed her pint in 34.1 seconds.
And the last spot in pot B goes to newcomer Vlad and the Big Bads. He drank his pint in 48.2 seconds.
The last place in pot C
Senor!
goes to Norman of the Normanators, another new face down in the Conference League. He gave us the pleasure of a GoPro angle for his pint, which took him 50 whole seconds.
Joining the veterans in pot D, it's the newcomer George and singing Enveran. This guy knows everything about football but nothing about how to neck a pint.
Taking the final place in pot E,
Mouth!
it's the newlywed and newly promoted Mackie and the Swedish Mandems. He opted to take his time enjoying his pint over dinner, which we guessed probably took about 45 fucking minutes.
And so, taking the last place in the pint challenge, heading into F,
Pot Fitzgerald,
it's Stephen, formerly known as Scud of the Scud Rats. He didn't enter the pint challenge, so he's been given an automatic last place. So now, all 30 managers have been sorted into pots for the opening group stage round.
Each team will play 4 matches between game weeks 8 and game week 12.
After that, the top 2 teams from each pot will be automatically promoted to the next round of the cup.
If you don't come first or second, don't worry, there's 4 more spaces up for grabs to play off winners. winners.
Now we've seen the pots, let's look at them fixtures and work out who is playing who. And so, the opening games in Pot A is between Jack the Rippers and Bridget and her Bart ladies.
And then newcomer Lewis and Chicken Tico Masala takes on Jared and the High Ground Madrid.
Dan and Rodri Blanca play in Game Week 9 against Lewis.
In Pot B, we've got our reigning champion Jordan and his Golden Balls,
Along with Callum, Pamit, Harps and Vlad.
Caliente Royales against the Big Bads,
And the Noodlers against Dunkin' Donuts in the opening matches.
Pot C
Senor!
is full of Rick, Kish, Willett, Jet and Norman.
That's 3 newbies in one group.
Plus, we finally get to see Rick and Willett face off in Game Week 11.
Pot D is led by Fudge with me, Bartlett, Chris and George making up the rest of this group of death.
Fudge plays George and Bartlett takes on Chris in the opening week.
Pot E
Mal
has Billy, Ollie, Caswell, Arthur and Mackie.
That's 2 former champions in one group.
Playing first is the Billionaires against the Swedish Mandems.
And then the Caswell men against Gave Myself Heartburn.
F.
Pot Fitzgerald.
The final group is made up of Simon, Andre, Payne, Ben and Scud.
The mighty Psyducks go up against the not playing Scud Rats.
And the Payne Trains take on the Allbens in the opening matches happening this weekend.
Thanks again, everyone, for taking part.
And we'll see all you winners in the next round.
James and Sons theme song. 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 The James and Sons theme song. 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 James and Sons theme song.